is a nice hand. I'm going to keep it. We've got a... Looks like a turn 5 Drowner of Hope with that Hedron Crawler. So, turn 5 Drowner of Hope is pretty strong. Okay. Stonewaker. That's a problem only because putting an island on top of your deck now when you already have 4 more lands in hand is unideal. So, I think I'm actually going to play the Loam Larva and not find an island. So what this is going to do is it's going to set Drowner of Hope back a turn, but the problem is if I put an island on top of my deck, I kind of want spells. You know what I mean? Like, I really don't want any more lands. Like, I'm going to be able to cast Drowner of Hope just based on this hand alone, so I think we're better off, drawing stuff other than lands. Even though it does bring down Drowner a turn earlier. Alright, we'll take our 3. At least it's not 5. Blister Pod's actually a pretty decent draw, too. I can still potentially play a Drowner of Hope on turn 5 if I block with the Blister Pod. It's not a great block, though. It basically saves me 1 point of damage because this thing has trample. So, well, looks like I'm not going to get the luxury anyway. Alright, Mauve Kozilek is okay. Now it's a better block with Blister Pod anyway. Bone Splinters is good. I'm trying to think how concerned about a Maw of Kozilek I am. I'm not like... insanely concerned about it. It will be able to trade with a Drowner. That is a problem. I still feel like I might want to save Bone Splinters for something more scary. So I can use Bone Splinters now. I'm still going to be able to ramp into Drowner of Hope next turn. Maybe it is the better play. I can't decide. See, I'm going to end up chumping anyway, so it kind of feels like the better play. Yeah, I guess. If Maw couldn't trade with Drowner... Well, I guess currently Maw can't trade with Drowner of Hope, can it? I still think it's probably the better move. I trade my 1-drop removal for his 4-drop that can attack in. Now he doesn't have a blocker for my Drowner of Hope. I can play it next turn. Yeah. Seems like it's worth it. That was a good draw. All right, let's jam out the Drowner of Hope now. Cost us 1 Scion. I think it's worth it. But I added blue. I don't get it. Blue. Did I not add blue? I guess not. Definitely take that. I'm not going to risk my Drowner of Hope. All right. I think I'm just going to O-strike that. Slaughter Drone. Well, he had some good follow-ups, but... Guess it's a bit of a problem. Yeah, I guess the real problem is the Slaughter Drone, isn't it? Well, I need to Oblivion Strike something. You can double pump this, which is definitely a problem. I kind of want to start attacking. The question is, can I don't know if I can afford to now. Now I'm actually in, unfortunately, a bit of trouble here. I can't get aggressive. I'm behind on life total. I'm behind on board. Even with the Oblivion Strike, I'm still behind on board. I have to worry about Slaughter Drone. I think I'm going to end up killing the Maw, since the Maw can actually kill the Drowner of Hope. The Drowner of Hope at least keeps these two at bay. Plus killing the Maw. Like, if he attacks with Maw, I don't have a good block. If he attacks with these two, I can figure out a good block. Like, I'll trade a Loam Larva and a Scion for a Slaughter Drone. I'm not... Okay, I guess we kill the Maw, and we have to pass. Not thrilled about this, but I'm officially out of action, and I don't know what else to do about my opponent's board. I guess the main issue now is my opponent's got this Seagate Wreckage, which is going to let him net some cards, so I need like a Painful Truths or something. Oh, that's pretty harsh, unfortunately. All right. I'm not going to use the Scions. All right. I'm going to trade a couple Scion tokens for the Slaughter Drone. I'm going to block the aggregate. All right, it's pretty bad for us, but unavoidable, and I'm out of action, so it's just one of those unfortunate things. Drowner of Hope being useless now is also a bummer. Yeah, I guess killing aggregate is probably better. I'm still in a pretty bad spot. I'm in a tough spot now because I can't attack with Drowner because I'm so far behind on life total. I might actually have to. That's awkward. I might have to Demon's Grasp the Slaughter Drone because I can at least keep the Vile Aggregate at bay. I'm going to have some problems this game. I don't know. It's unavoidable. If I don't kill Slaughter Drone, he can just attack in with it. If I kill Slaughter Drone, Vile Aggregate gets weaker, and I can block his Stonewaker and Vile Aggregate. So at least if he gets land top decks, I can block his other two guys. I'm in a tough spot, no doubt. Opponent is in Value City too. I'm in a real tough spot here. He gets to attack in plus draw cards. We're in a real tough spot. Yeah, I always hate to see Visions be good, but I got to admit, Visions is real good for him here. He's just netting cards, getting in. And we're in top deck mode with an 18 land deck. We're in some trouble. All right, that was a hell of a rip, no doubt. That was a hell of a rip. That was like exactly what we needed. I guess I can actually attack with Loam Larva. Let's see. If I do that... No, I guess not. I don't want him to use the Blighted Gorge for value. We're going to have to try and ride this Essence Depleter as much as we can. Ah, sick top decks, bro. Alright, well, I'm going to chump block the Drowner. Okay, this actually could be worse. I'm curious what he's going to attack with. So Loam Larva, I think, is just going to have to go away. Opponent's deck looks really good. He's got card advantage, good utility lands, good red-black Devoid, definitely. I think this Drowner is going to end up punishing him more than it punishes me. I think. Maybe not. I chump the Drowner. I can block a Coom Stonewaker. I take 9, but I gain 2. I mean, we're still in some trouble. But if I can get the Stonewaker off the board, I think I'm okay. So we chump the Drowner. And I take 9. Yeah, I think that's how we're going to have to do it. Might as well use this now. Got nothing else to do. Alright, well, I didn't want to draw land, so that works out okay. Seer's Lantern's actually a pretty good draw, too. I'm not sure. I didn't do a count if we have enough lands to do 1, 2, 3. We do. We can drain 3 times. That's pretty much all we need. Okay, so we're going to have to block here because of Blighted Gorge. So we're going to have to ditch our Hedron Crawler, which I'm just going to have to be okay with. We can go to 6, but that means I can't afford to take it because of Blighted Gorge. So I'm going to have to chump with the Hedron Crawler and just accept that, but that's okay. So let's figure this out. Let's guess we have to chump the Obligator. We block the Stonewaker. It's going to be able to kill our Depleter now, but I mean, I feel like I'm going to have to just accept that, because if I don't block the Stonewaker, I still die to the Blighted Gorge, don't I? Okay, I guess I'm going to have to accept this. I mean, at least he has to use a lot of resources, but It's just not as good as I kind of need it to be here. So I get the feeling like he's gonna another land one is good for him to get rid of. We're gonna upkeep Scry, I think. He's probably gonna use Gorge to get rid of Depleter, which makes sense. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I if I took an additional 2, I would have died, so I'm kind of left with no options there. So the problem now is if I use this Seer's Lantern and say I top like a Baloth Null, I can't actually play it. But I think I'm dead kind of anyway, slice it unless I get a Radiant Flames. So I think we're just going to go for that during my upkeep. I think we need to scry for Radiant Flames. If I can get Radiant Flames, that'd be pretty sick. I mean, it doesn't kill aggregate, but it puts me in a spot where maybe I can draw something that brings me back into this. So this actually works. I'm going to top this. It does save us a turn. I can block, and take 3 and go to 1. So we're going to leave that on top. I mean, technically I can tap the aggregate. I don't think that's better, though. I think I'm better off just taking 3. I think I'm better off taking 3. This is okay, too, I think. I probably just... Well, it's got trample, so... Alright. I guess we take it. Well, I didn't want to draw a swamp, so I guess that's alright, too. Let's Seer's Lantern here. Bottom that. Painful Truth. That was actually the worst draw. I'm not even almost. I'd rather have a land than that. So I guess we're dead. That Seagate Wreckage did all sorts of work for my opponent. Oops. Let's tap this. I do wish I had something here. That would be pretty cool if I did. I got to admit. It'd be pretty cool if I had something. All right. So let's go to game 2. Had some good stuff coming, too. Painful Truth there was pretty bad. So Sharpshooter actually kills quite a few things. It kills a Stonewaker. It kills that other thing's called, Obligator. Kills whatever that other thing is called. So kills all those things. I think we won it. Probably ditch the Corpse Churn again, even though I think Corpse Churn would have been okay. You can call the Scions actually is pretty good. But I probably let's stick with the Sharpshooter, I think. It's a little better in the late game, I think. All right. All right. Let's play first. I'm trying to think of all the things. Radiant Flames deals with a lot of stuff. The problem is I'm going to have to find another land with the Loam Larva. I'm not entirely convinced that Radiant Flames is good enough to completely bring me back into this game. You know? Like, especially if I'm ripping lands, 18 land deck, on the play. That's tough, man. Like, Radiant Flames does not deal with aggregate, does not deal with Maw of Kozilek. I think I got to do better than this. It sucks because Radiant Flame seems like a good card in this match, but finding a land with the 5 land to play a Radiant Flames and then be completely out of gas, I've got to do better. All right, this hand is like, this hand is way better. This hand is certainly better. Like, now I feel a lot better about the Radiant Flames and even finding the red mana. Not, like, even though I don't get to feed my Essence Depleter, I feel a lot more comfortable with this. Okay. Opponent's mulliganing. We're keeping, though. At 6. O-Strike on top. Yeah, you know, I'm actually okay with that. Like, granted, we're going to have to find a 4th land, but this Loam Larva is going to guaranteed find us a land. And I'm at least going to make a play until I find a 4th land. And Oblivion Strike just seems so good that I probably just want it. Maybe Radiant Flames will buy us the time we need. We'll find out. Like, I'd like to have an embodiment down. I'd like to have an embodiment down before I play Radiant Flames, just because it's good value. Even like using Radiant Flames, then playing a land to get in for 7, that's pretty sweet. So we'll find our red mana. I think there's a higher chance we're going to want to cast Radiant Flames than there is that we're going to want an Essence Depleter. He didn't see Radiant Flames game 1, so he doesn't know what the splash is either, which I think is definitely to our benefit. This actually... Okay, here's why I'm playing Depleter. I think we can play Radiant Flames for 2, and we keep everything, which I like quite a bit. I mean, we also have double Bailoff Null, which is not insignificant. Using Radiant Flames as like a removal spell for 1 guy is not the best, but I think this could work out. This still could work out okay. I guess the nice thing is Vision's... Ooh, that was a good rip. I mean, it doesn't work with the life loss. I can actually Radiant Flames for 2. I'm okay with taking another hit from Slaughter Drone, though. But I'm not going to attack with Depleter because I don't think that's for the best. So, like I said, I'd still like to play Embodiment before I cast Radiant Flames, but if I can get just a bit more value on Radiant Flames, like, I can cast it for 2 colors and take out Slaughter Drone, but currently we are winning the race. Keep that in mind. I can also O-Strike the first, like, kind of serious threat I run into. No play there is good news. No life loss from Visions, which is pretty sweet. We're winning this race, like I said. Now we have Embodiment online, which is really nice. He also doesn't have colorless mana. Does that mean I should have blocked? We know he has Unnatural Endurance. Okay. So I can attack now with Essence Depleter. Because I feel like the chances of us successfully racing kind of go up with Embodiment out, especially if he doesn't have a 4-drop play. So I think I'm actually going to swing with Essence Depleter. I could also keep the Loam Larva back. What does that do? I'm playing Embodiment, but am I going to block a slot? I'm not going to. All right, let's just get in for 3. Play the Embodiment and pass. Very likely we're going to be playing Radiant Flames for just 2. Let's say he plays a colorless land, plays Obligator, and steals our guy. He can smash for 3, 5, 9 damage. Jeez. Obligator is such a swingy card. Especially against us. Maybe attacking with the Depleter is a mistake for that reason, but he does have to have both a colorless source and an Obligator for this to be the most disastrous scenario. And even if it is, say, the most disastrous scenario, we go to 6, we get to play Radiant Flames, keep all of our stuff, kill all of his. So I think worst case scenario, we're still, at least, we've still got a pretty decent shot here. We're going to take it to play around the Unnatural Endurance. Okay, I'm okay with this too. Land drop is like perfect. We get to do everything we want here. We get to make a land creature. I'm about ready to play Radiant Flames too, but I guess now it's not as good because I want to double drain. So we get to smash for a lot. We get to smash for 10 and double drain. So we're in pretty good shape here. Do I not want to smash with the Depleter? So if I smash with the Depleter, I go to 8, but then I go back up to 10. So once again, even if he has the Obligator and a colorless mana, I only can take 9. Does it change our clock if I leave back a Loam Larva? I don't think it does. You know, it might be safer to leave back the Loam Larva to block if I have to, like, chump for some reason. Because I don't think it really hurts our clock. He goes to 6 instead of 5. I'm not sure that matters. Like, being able to block the Slaughter Drone, I think, is kind of important here. And getting in for 9, taking him to 6. I think we're going to... Like, I can block it with Embodiment too, I guess. But if he... Let's say he goes Land, Obligator. Yeah, I want to be able to block Obligator too. All right, we're playing this pretty safe. We're just going to leave back the Loam Larva just in case. Especially, like, pressing a service or something. I want to be... I'm keeping myself a bit safer here, I think. Okay. He's not able to use the Brute Strength, so we're fine on that front. Oh, he is able to. Yeah, just what am I talking about? This is still fine. Is he gonna swing? Because then we just kill him. Yeah, this is actually fine. He just gets in for 5. We smash back and kill him after the Oblivion Strike. So we take 5. Even if he has the Unnatural Endurance, we're not dead. He did have it. I'm kind of not surprised, right? Because he was like boldly attacking in. So he's like combat trick dot deck. All right, he's just why show us the unnatural endurance? Maybe even without our depleter, we were fine. It's actually more curious that he conceded there, right? Because if he'd gotten in for 7, I didn't have lethal, right? Let's say I swing with everything, and he blocks my embodiment. He takes. I can't even kill him with the pleader, I don't think. Maybe we did have lethal. I don't think we did, though. He kind of needed to see our Oblivion Strike, so that's kind of a surprising concession. I almost want Altar's Reap for Obligator, but it still doesn't work out great. His deck's good. I'm trying to think how good Radiant Flames is against him. Is it better to make my mana base? Like, okay, so we know he has Slaughter Drone. He's got Merc Dweller. He's got Aggregate. I almost think Radiant Flames might not be good enough. Because he's got, like, high toughness stuff, actually. And making Radiant Flames work might not be as easy as I want it to be. He's got a lot of combat tricks, I guess. Let's cut the Radiant Flames. That lets us cut the Mountain. And make our... I forget, did we have more black or green? Oh, we're dead even. What do I have more of early? I guess if I add... Let's add like a Call to Scions. Because, why? Gives me more block and ramp. It's probably for the best. And then I think we add another green at that point, I guess, since we have one more green spell now. Okay. I'm on board. This is a good hand. We've got all the important colors and threats to boot. Ooh, he's off to the races, though. And we're going to be a bit behind. Oh, he's curving out like a madman, huh? All right. He's got the sick curve, so we're going to have to bust some real shenanigans this game. Sick curves, bro. 1, 2, 3 drop. Oh, 1, 2, 2 drop. Still sick curves. He's got 3 creatures by turn 3 with utility land, with Slaughter Drone active, with an evasive creature. Like, he had perfect... That was perfect hand for him. Yeah, we go Summoner here. Summoner works pretty well. So, if we draw land, we're in good shape, because then we get to go Seer's Lantern and Loam Larva. So he's got the combat tricks too, so just the sickest hand you could ask for. My opponent really got the nut here. He should have given it Death Touch there. I think we went the Shrieker because we got to trade with the Slaughter Drone, or at least try to. So let's go Loam Larva and find, what do we want to find? I guess, well, red's gone, so I guess we find our blue mana. Drawing land there would have been just really nice. Not drawing the land is unfortunately horrible. Because we would have been able to go Seer's Lantern, Loam Larva, which just would have been of just a ton more benefit for us. But now we're just getting whacked across the head in a really bad way. So opponent had the nut. Got to give him credit. This is basically exactly the game plan he needed, because it's not like our hand was bad by any means. Our hand turned out to be worse than I wanted it to be, but our hand wasn't bad. Maybe I was supposed to block there. I actually don't know. So Painful Truce is just done. So just unfortunately taking more damage than I can afford to take, which is not going to end well for us. So I kind of have to Demon's Grasp the Flyer if I can find the land. Alright, so we got to take out Evasive Guy now. Because like I said, I just cannot afford to take damage with the Blighted Gorge out. We just die. Just real sick. Real nasty. So we're dead to Blighted Gorge regardless of what happens. Our opponent had the nut. I'll give him all the credit in the world. Like, that was just so beautifully executed. All right, so I mean, we're so dead, it's kind of absurd. Could not take on the aggro nut. Just perfect. I wish I'd kept Radiant Flames, but I didn't realize our opponent had. Don't you remember seeing like a bunch more? I remember seeing a bunch more higher toughness guys. Like, he had lower toughness guys, but Radiant Flames isn't good against Obligator. It's certainly not good against Vile Aggregate. It's certainly not good against Maw of Kozilek. It's good against Stonewaker. I don't remember seeing the Scourer. I remember seeing Slaughter Drone and Reaver Drone, which it is good against. It's not good against Unnatural Endurance, really, because he gets to protect his creature. It's not that... I mean, I guess it's okay against Brute Strength, but he gets all the damage in early, so... Absolutely destroyed there. Like, probably one of the hardest I've ever been destroyed in this format, especially since... like I said, I did not have a bad turn progression. Like, my turn progression was fine. I think we missed one turn where I really needed to play Seer's Lantern and a creature so I could get into my higher cost stuff, but so nasty. Reaver Drone? What was it? Reaver into Scourer into Slaughter into Stonewaker into... Or was it into Brute Strength into Stonewaker into Aggregate into Bear? All right. Got destroyed. We'll see you in the finals.